Hello there, everyone. TheAndrata here, and welcome back to episode 25 of our All the Mods 7 Season 2 Let's Play series, where today we are working on diving into industrial foregoing, processing trees into plastic. Yeah, how's that work? Well, you're going to have to watch to find out. Let's get started. Welcome back, my friends, to another wonderful day here in the world of TheAndrata, where today, a couple updates, couple changes. Time in a bottle, sitting at about an hour and 16 minutes, just AFK'd for a little bit here. I want to point out here, for some reason, the pipes mod and occultism, they weren't working. Not working at all. Remember how I had to come in and I had to replace this every time I load the world? Same thing happens. I've swapped over to a basic logistical transporter here, and I'll upgrade it because it wasn't pulling anything out. You saw that things were going into this. Even when I reset the pipe, nothing was coming out of it. Our occultism system was backing up with all of our stuff, and the same thing was going on here with our furnace. This thing was backstuffed with charcoal, and we actually weren't getting any charcoal into the system at all because the pipe had disconnected and it had stopped working. So there's that. Got that going for us, which is great. Outside of that, though, we're doing good over here. Botania, we're doing good. We've got some mana here. We have our, all our charcoal or our coal has been eaten. I'm just going to go ahead and basically fill this barrel up with this stuff. That way, it can just continue to run, fill this mana pool up to full. I did not make any more endo flames, so it's going to be a while, but we don't need to dive into any deeper than that at the moment. What I do want to do is work on getting ourselves industrial foregoing set up, so that way we can start working on getting our laser drills and all that stuff, and start working through industrial foregoing. Industrial foregoing, fantastic mod. I do have a mod spotlight on this. It's like a 4-part mod spotlight that literally goes over every single block, at least as of the time that I recorded it, available in industrial foregoing. I think that was about a year ago on 1.16. Most of the blocks have stayed the same. I think there may have been a few new additions to some of the stuff, but for the most part, everything has stayed the same since I, recorded that spotlight. So if you want a really in-depth tutorial on industrial foregoing, what each of these blocks does, what they're good for, what you can use them for, recommended setups and stuff, definitely check my playlists. I have a mod spotlight playlist, which contains all of the mod spotlights that I have done, including industrial foregoing. But anyway, we need to dive on into this. So our first step, we need to make ourselves what is known as a pity machine frame. This is the beginnings of industrial foregoing. Everything in industrial foregoing operates off of these machine frames as their core item, their core piece. And so we need to start out with pity, because it's pitiful, but it's the beginnings, right? It is the beginnings of everything we need to do. In order to progress through industrial foregoing, we are going to need what is known as latex. Latex is going to allow us to process, latex into plastic. And the plastic basically comes from dry rubber, and the dry rubber comes from tiny dry rubber, and the tiny dry rubber comes from our latex processing unit. Is there any other ways for rubber? It does not seem to be the case. Energized smelting up dry rubber? Nope. Okay, so perfect. As I expected, dry rubber is the way to go. I was thinking maybe there's a different way to get our latex, like through arboreal extractors, but there is not. Latex is through industrial foregoing, which is great. That's exactly what we're doing. So let's get started. So the first thing that we're going to want to do, we need two things essentially set up for this process right now. And we're going to actually take over this whole setup here and get rid of this, because what we need, and doesn't one of you have an all the MODPACK? I swear one of you did. Obviously, we're full on sticks here, but I guess none of these have an all the MODPACK. So no. Okay. We're going to get rid of this setup. It's really not doing terribly too much for us anymore. I don't think that we necessarily need it. And we can go ahead and get rid of this whole thing. This furnace is going to come in handy for us when we get through. Well, that was a lot of experience that was stored up in there. This chest, this drawer, we're going to keep. We need to throw a void on this so that we can get rid of the stuff in there. And then the charcoal one can go away as well. So you are there, but we're going to hold on to that. And we can reset this, and now we have a flux plug. And basically all this stuff can go away. Give me that, please. But I'll take the one that has the grass because it's the one that's going to matter to us at the moment. And yeah, grass block, bonsai pot, spruce sapling, and I need my all-the-modium axe, which at this point, it's not necessary to be out here in this area. Home needs to be up at the top, please. And mining dimension kind of sort of needs to be up top too. There we go. There's an axe in one of these, and all the modium axe. I'm going to take that. Okay. We need, I need spruce to go into our system. We need spruce going into our system so that way we have trees, we have logs, we have everything we need. So I want to get something set up down in our basement to automate the production of spruce and then have it just go straight into one of our drawers. So let's get, do I have any spruce logs available to me? Not as it stands right now. Spruce netherite barrel, that's great, but not what I need. So what I need to do is get spruce set up to go into one of these drawers. What I have over here is an ender chest. This ender chest has an importer on the back. You can kind of sort of see it, an ultra importer. So anything that ends up in this ender chest gets imported into our system. So that is great, which means we can set this process up anywhere and just have all of the stuff dump into the ender chest, and that will work fantastically. Let's go ahead and get yeah, I mean, I guess why not? We're going to get all these other things, so we can set this up and have this attached to our system here. And let's go ahead and lock it. Yep, and then bind it. Add it. Bam. Okay, so now we should see all those sticks in the system. Yep. And then spruce will be able to come into this, which means we can import this. We can set this thing up anywhere that we want. So let's get ourselves an ender chest, and we want the 000, which is our white. Remember, I have my 007. This is white, gray. I just want the white. Everything can dump into this chest, and that's going to be fine. So it really doesn't matter where this ends up. We just need it to import into this chest. So if I got the hopper upgrade, we could literally just set it up anywhere, like even over here or upstairs. We could set this up like right here. Okay, so let's get that. Let's get our bonsai pot. Bam. Let's get our grass block. Let's open up the UI. It'll be faster. And a hopper. We can throw that at the end there, and that's fine. So now the spruce is going to grow. It's going to automatically go get dumped into our ender chest. Yes, once it grows. I think I saw some sticks show up in there. They're not in here, so that's good. So that means that that's going to grow. We have infinite spruce being produced. What I do need to do is get a void upgrade on this because we're going to have so many sticks. I don't need that many coming in. So let's get a void upgrade. You're empty, right? And then, bam. So now this will void out. So even though sticks are in here, we'll get, you know, there's 32,000 sticks. That's all that we're going to get. But we'll end up with 32,000 spruce eventually. But what I wanted was the logs because we're going to need these for industrial foregoing because we need to extract latex from logs, right? And so we need an infinite source of logs in our system to be able to do everything that we're going to need for this. So let's go ahead and we'll get started, and we'll probably shove it down here, and then at some point eventually we will move this whole setup. But let's start out with our fluid extractors. This is the base for our system. The fluid extractors is what gets us our latex. So I'm going to want a total of 4 of these bad boys. So let's go ahead and get everything we're going to need for that. We're going to need 4 pity machine frames. I have 1 already. Now I have 4. Let's just go ahead and make a couple extra. So we have our fluid extractor. I'm going to need light-weighted pressure plates. We're going to need 4 of these. And then we're going to need 4 pistons. And then we should be able to 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's our fluid extractor. We're also going to need some sort of block placer. We have a placer in here, a factory block placer. I've never used this one before. Allows placing blocks and planting crops or trees. GUI redstone controls, spike planing from underneath the soil, spits out items that it cannot place or plant. Replacer dummy block. I don't know what that is. Industrial foregoing does have a block placer. I'm pretty sure that block placer requires power though. So let's go ahead and try with this old industrial wood planks, which is treated wood. I have not gotten any treated wood, have I? Didn't I get into? I did. Do I have some creosote? Oil? Huh. All right. Maybe we go the industrial foregoing route, but I mean, it does. If it does require power, that's okay. We have power available to us, so it's really not that big of a deal. We'll find out, I guess. Oh, that requires plastic. So I know I've done this. I have treated wood slabs, which tells me I've done this. But how did I do it? Oh, you know what? Don't I have the this thing? Pyrolyzer? Yeah, that's it. You set things up, episodes ago, and then you don't remember how you did things. Okay, so that can go away, that can go away. Let's get some treated wood, which should just be this. And that should be enough, right? For the factory placer. I just need a dispenser. This requires a bow. And there we go. Okay, let's see how this works. I've never used this block placer before, so I'm going to be interested to see how it works. But this is basically what we're going to need to start with for this whole setup. So we'll kind of sort of set it up. We'll set it up over here and then see where things end up. So basically what we need to have happen is our fluid extractors need to sit like so, but not in this direction. Let's use our wrench and we can rotate this. This is why I love the refined storage wrench, because it can rotate pretty much any block that exists in modern Minecraft. So it's fantastic in that regard. So we can just rotate these so that they're all facing in. This is the fluid extraction side where the the movement is happening. And what needs to happen is a log needs to be placed here in the center in order for our fluid extractors to extract the latex from it. So that is where our factory block placer is going to come in handy. Now, clearly, I have a problem with this water that I would just love to get rid of all of this. Somehow. And just basically fill that whole thing in. I need to figure out some way to be able to do that, but for now, this is fine. Okay. So this factory block placer, can I place it like so? Okay. It has a UI. Let's get some logs. For now, we'll just use the fur because that's what we have a bunch of. And that's redstone, inverted, ignored, trigger mode, continuous. Like, does it need a redstone? Oh, no. Okay. It just did it. And it placed it up. That's exactly what we want. And as you can see here, it has begun. What's happening is it's going to slowly destroy this log. It's actually going to strip this log, and then it will destroy it. But as it does so, you can see we are gaining latex from these. Right? Each one of these has some latex going into it. So we have latex, and we are producing latex, and that's what we wanted to see happen. So now we need to get the latex out of this. And I kind of want to do it in a different way than I've ever done before. I want to go ahead and check out Industrial Foregoing's fluid transportation stuff. Because it looks cool. I've used these before for other things. Not the fluid transport, but the item transport for sure. So I want to see, how can we use this for fluid transport? So what we're going to need is some sort of tank in the middle, and then we're going to need, one of these on each one of these. So we're going to need a total of 8, something like that. And let's get ourselves a tank. And we can just use a basic fluid tank. That's fine for now. And if we set this up here, theoretically, I should be able to set the item, that. Yeah, look, there we go. And are you getting latex? Yeah. Okay. So I just have to do this. It looks cool. These are translocators, if you remember the translocator mod from 1.12 and prior. And there we go. So now we have latex being sent into this without having to have any cables. I think it looks cool. Wireless fluid transfer. Only problem with this is going to be getting it out into our next block, which is going to be our latex processing unit. Because we're getting the latex, but we need to process this latex somehow in order to convert it into the dry rubber and the plastic that we are going to need. And in order to do so, we are going to need a bucket of this stuff. So what we need to do is speed these up. Power is optional. It is not required for these, optional, but recommended. It makes them operate faster. And what do we like? We like fast. That's why I spent like 3 episodes working on getting myself a time in a bottle, because I don't want to wait for things, right? Right. let's go ahead and try and fill in the, all the water. Get rid of the water. I'm just going to end up going down there and filling all this in with cobblestone and just getting rid of it. I have literally like 20,000 cobblestone or even more in that chest up there, or that barrel that's chilling. So yeah, let's use universal cables. For some reason, the pretty pipes or the pipes are not wanting to work super duper well for me anymore. So I don't like those glitches that we're having going on with them, and they're disconnecting. They're disconnecting this. So yeah. And I kind of want to like put these down one more so I don't have to see them. Other than, yeah, and then the back corner one will be in the back corner. So I guess all of the work that I just did to, get rid of the water is going to become null and void because I don't want to see my cables. Does that make sense? So I'm creating more work for myself. So I don't have to see cables. But you know what? Dire wire is not I'm not a fan of dire wire. And I don't think y'all are either. So, nope. Nope. That's not where I wanted to go. I want to go there. There we go. Now. There. Jeez Louise. Come on. All this water. Somebody help me. Need to get rid of all this water. Oh my goodness. Can we? And I've only got one finger to do this with. So that's why I'm like struggling so much. Come on. Go fight the water. Nope. Oh my goodness. I would cut, but I can't get to my button or else I'm going to get shoved all the way to the back again. Oh my gosh. Get out of here. I should just turn the jetpack on, and actually it is on. There. Jeez Louise. Now there's no flowing water. Oh my gosh. Okay. My goodness. That was way more complicated than it needed to be by far. Yeah, you can go there and you go there. All this just so I don't have to look at cables. Y'all should, I hope you appreciate the level of effort that I'm putting into not having to look at the cables long term, okay? Because it's a lot of work. There we go. And there we go. There we go. And there we go. Okay, now we don't have to look at cables. I can go ahead and hide these. There we go. All right, now we're beautiful again. And I need a flux point. Just add some power down here. Bam. So this is going to be on our output network, and this is our latex prod. And we're only using 119 RF per tick, but it's filling up. We're doing good. And yeah, basically, we're good. We're golden. It's connected on 3 spots, apparently, whatever. And then we don't need to hide that one because we don't get to see it. Haha. But now we should be producing more latex. Look, it's going much faster now. Much faster. And hopefully we have a bucket almost. What can we do to make it faster? Well, the whole reason that I made this thing called a time in a bottle was so I can do stuff like that and make things go faster than they are intended to do. And it's great. Let's go 16x. That used not even an hour of our time, not even 30 minutes of our time. Our next tick is going to be 4 minutes. But now look, it's operating at 32 times faster than it was before. I just need 1 bucket of this stuff so I can make the latex processing unit. And that's what I'm working towards at the moment. So we're almost there. Look at all that latex flowing out of there. It's perfect. It's beautiful. Come on, you can do it. Yes. Okay, let's get our bucket. And bucket this up. Bam. Got a bucket of latex. Perfect. That's what we needed. Let's go ahead and throw that into the system and then get ourselves our latex processing unit. It's going to require a bucket of water. Luckily, I have. We'll fill that back up later. And a latex processing unit. Now, the latex processing unit is going to require power. So we're going to have to set this up in a way such that it can get power. Luckily, we have, power right here. Did I use all my universal cables? I think I did. Bam. Get rid of that one down there then. And set this up so. There we go. Okay. So latex processing unit has power. It is also going to need water. So let's get ourselves another kitchen sink. And I need to cook up some clay. Have I gotten a sink? I said another kitchen sink. Have I made a sink in this pack yet? I don't even know. Let's go smelt this up. There we go. By the way, we have a massive back stuff of stuff in here. Our macerator cannot keep up anymore. Our system is bottlenecked there. We need to come up with a better system overall. But for now, what are we going to do? Nothing. We can't. So I need to figure out a way, and this one's going to end up getting piped to get latex into this. And yeah, because I need to get the latex out of this. These only have a 1 block range, so this is it. So if I want to get the latex out of this, I'm going to have to pipe it down into there. So the fluid pipes are cool for, the latex producers, but now I need to get, the actual latex into the industrial foregoing machine. So we're going to have to make it look dire wired. Bam. Yeah, something like that. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. We're going to survive anyway. And now we have latex going in here. So then we just need to get water. So we just need another bucket of water. Luckily with this, we'll have infinite water going on now. Let's get a bucket. And I'll get 2 so that we always have one. I should have infinite water. I mean, I have it literally out here, but I should get some infinite water set up for inside of our house. Let's throw that in there. And you can go in here in case ever needed. And sink. The kitchen sink is a fantastic block from, we set one up. We had to use it upstairs, didn't we? Nope. Okay, apparently this is the first time I've used this. The kitchen sink is a fantastic block from Cooking with Blockheads. Provides infinite water. And the cool thing with industrial foregoing is it can pull from blocks adjacent to it. So I don't even have to set up a pipe. All I got to do is tell it to pull the water, and it's going to pull water. And then it's going to start producing what is known as tiny dry rubber. And this tiny dry rubber needs to be compacted in a 9x9, so we can use what is known as a crafter from RF Tools. This guy here. Let's get some lapis. Just give me a whole stack of blue dye. That works. So there's that. And crafting tables. And a crafter. Except for those crafting tables don't count. Okay. Let's convert them. Okay, I can't convert them. Are we having issues right now? Like, can we do the thing, please? My goodness. Spruce. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Okay, that's a regular crafting table. I don't understand. Sometimes I don't like these extra blocks. And what was I making again? A crafter. I get the theming, having fur crafting table is nice, but if it's not or dictionary with a regular crafting table, I don't want it in my life. Okay? Just get it out of here. I kind of sort of don't like the way that this is set up now. I would like this to be much more compact. I need to get the dry rubber out of there, and then it needs to go into the crafter. And then from the crafter, the dry rubber is going to have to go into our furnace that we have here. So I'm trying to think, how can I compact this and make it look much neater than it is now without compromising like our whole setup here. Because like if the crafter is here, I could have the items pull out of here. Yeah, okay, and then power. Man, this is really going to be dire wired. I am so sorry. I'll see if I can't make this look neater later. But for now, this is the way it's going to be. So we're going to get that set up there, and then we're going to get item pipes. You're going to go ahead and pull into there. You're going to extract, and everything should start ending up in here. Okay, so we're going to teach this recipe, which is this. So we go over here, we click our first recipe, we say all items are going to be consumed. We're going to hit apply because this is the recipe, bam. And then if we turn it on and we put these back in there, they just needed a block update, it triggered. Now we have dry rubber. So then we can get that dry rubber going into our furnace. And you know what? I think maybe our furnace will be able to pull. If we set the bottom as our input and auto input, yeah, okay. Well, at least it's semi-compact. We can put this here and then get our speed upgrade in there. Bam. Plastic is being produced. And that's what I wanted to see. I guess that's about as compact as I can. I mean, I might be able to figure out a way to make it a little bit more compact. I'm just trying to think. What can I... If I had the latex processing unit sit on top of here and not go into a tank, not have this go into a tank, again, have these go into there, and then the dry rubber could just directly go. Oh no, but it needs power. So yeah, for now, I guess that's as good as we're going to get. But we have plastic being produced, which was the key goal that we needed to get started here. What do you want? You want me to pick up the dry rubber before it gets smelted. So, okay, I need a dry rubber. I got to wait until those process. Lovely. Let's tick accelerate this. And I believe it's every 100 millibuckets of latex gets me a tiny dry rubber. So, yeah, it's going to work. It's just going to take a minute. Everything is getting extracted into this, though, so that's good. And we have latex and rubber being produced. I just need to grab this tiny dry rubber before it gets smelted. I'm going to take this out of there. That way I don't miss it. Because that's what's going to happen is this is going to be so fast, I'll miss the dry rubber getting smelted. Come on, one more. One more. There we go. Let's pick that up. There we go. Okay. So then that can go in there, that can go in there, and then we got plastic. And that is the beginnings of the quest line here. And then from there, basically everything is opened up to us. Our next step that we're going to need is our dissolution chamber. This is going to be what allows us to make our next level machine frames, which is our simple machine frames. And then from there, we're able to make a bunch of different machines, of course, as you can see here. And then we can make our advanced machine frames. And then we have our supreme machine frames. And as we go through, you know, we need to do more things and we can make more things and everything. But this is where we're going to stop for now. Our goal here is to get our ore laser base, which is going to require an advanced machine frame plus an unobtainium pickaxe. I have the unobtainium needed for this, so that's great. I don't think I have the vibranium. We can go check and see where our vibranium is, but we're basically we're done there. We can let that process and do its thing. You're still producing spruce, which is great. Eventually, I'll need to export spruce into that factory hopper, but for now, we're okay. End Highlands, how you doing? Mother Ortega has spawned in, which is, you know, just fantastic. Thank you, Mother Ortega. Where is this thing operating at is my question, because I set it to 512. That is quite overall annoying. Oh my god, can we... the config obviously doesn't work because I turned it off. Oh my gosh. It looks like we're over here. Yep. Because we have... Maybe? I mean, I could turn on the preview to see where this is mining at, but it's basically 512 blocks away from here. Current Y level 55 and chunk number 290 of 108. That doesn't seem accurate now, does it? 290 of 108. Okay. Whatever. We'll figure it out later. I'll let that do its thing. Go for it. Have fun. Enjoy. Be merry. Let's check out our Crimson Forest. Which hasn't been running at all because I stole this one. Because this is the one that's now in the end. Because I was like, oh, I don't need any vibranium. But I'm going to need some vibranium. Let's go ahead, pop home. How much vibranium am I going to need? At least to get one ore laser base. If I get one, then I can start mining 4 vibranium. So vibranium, I have 7. I'm going to need 2 gears, which is going to require 4 plates. So I need 1 more vibranium, but I have a vibranium dust. So I literally have exactly enough for what I'm going to need. And then if I get 1, then I can target it. But the ore laser drill requires some too. You jerk. All right, I'm going to have to go mine some more vibranium. Luckily, I have the vibranium site. So I'll just go into the other, find some. And now we have Fortune 7 on our vibranium pickaxe, which means that we're going to be able to get more out of each craft. So I'm not super duper worried about it. Let's check on our bees, see how they've been doing since we started this episode. I don't know if I want to go with bees or if I want to go with mystical agriculture for most of our resource production when we get to that point. I mean, bees are nice. Mystical agriculture is nice too. I think the bees are going to be a little more complicated overall at the beginning because they're going to require, when we get into gene editing and stuff like that, I have to figure that out, how that's going to work in this compared to like forestry and stuff in the past, if there's easy breeding techniques and everything. Whereas mystical agriculture is just grow stuff and then grow stuff and then combine stuff. So we'll see where we end up. But anyway, that's it for today's episode. If you enjoyed, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate it, and it really does help out the channel. I was going to say, is there a block of emerald in that ship? But that's the mine colonies rack. Speaking of mine colonies, we are going to dive into this probably starting in a couple episodes. I want to start getting this village built up. I want my spruce to start producing, getting enough of it, because I know they're going to require a lot of spruce. As you can see, most of this is spruce around here. But I want to get our colony built up and actually start working on this. We'll spend a good couple of episodes on this. I haven't seen how fast the builders can be, but I lowered their speed down significantly so that way they can build faster and do their thing faster. So hopefully that helps. So we'll definitely dive into mine colonies. Honestly, for the production of resources wise and everything, probably not going to be they're going to be much slower than anything that we have automated, but it's still fun to set up and be able to manage this village and see how far we can take it. So yeah, mine colonies is coming. My big good thing that I wanted was refined storage set up, so that way at least I have access to all my stuff and everything. So that was my goal. Now that we have it, we can go into mine colonies. So yeah, anyway, that's it. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.